Why does this horse look like it's from another world? Meet the Marwari, India's royal warrior horse, with ears that defy nature. Those elegant, lyre-shaped ears that can rotate 180 degrees, locking onto every sound in the vast desert, as if the horse itself is listening to the whispers of history. Born from fire and sand, forged in the heat of ancient battles, the Marwari isn't just a horse. He is a living legend, a symbol of unbreakable loyalty, fearless courage, and royal blood that once carried kings into war. One glance at this magnificent creature and you feel it. The pull of centuries, the spirit of Rajasthan's greatest warriors, and a mystery that has captivated horse lovers around the globe. This is not just another breed. This is the Marwari, and his story is about to change how you see horses forever. Imagine a time when loyalty wasn't just a word, but a bond stronger than steel. A time when a horse and his rider were not just companions, but brothers in arms, ready to face death together on the scorching battlefields of Rajasthan. That was the world of the Rajput warriors, and at the heart of their unmatched courage stood the Marwari horse, fierce, fearless, and utterly devoted. For centuries, these magnificent horses were the pride of the Rajput kings. Raised in the harsh deserts of Marwar, they didn't just carry their riders into battle, they became their most trusted allies. Rajput warriors shared everything with their Marwaris: food from their own plates, shelter under the same stars, and an unbreakable trust forged through years of training and hardship. A Rajput without his Marwari was like a warrior without his soul. These horses were bred not just for speed and strength, but for something deeper, an almost supernatural loyalty that turned them into living weapons of war. And nowhere was this bond more powerfully written into history than in the legendary tale of Chetak and Maharana Pratap. It was the year 1576, on the blood-soaked fields of Haldighati. Maharana Pratap, the fearless ruler of Mewar, was fighting for the very survival of his kingdom against the mighty Mughal Empire. Outnumbered and surrounded, Pratap found himself in the thick of battle when his beloved Marwari stallion, Chetak, did something no ordinary horse could ever do. With a mighty leap, Chetak soared over an enemy war elephant. But what is it that truly makes the Marwari feel like a horse from another world? It begins with those extraordinary ears, elegant, lyre-shaped, curving gracefully inward like nature's own masterpiece. These are no ordinary ears. A Marwari can rotate them a full 180 degrees, independently, picking up the faintest whisper of danger or the distant call of his rider across the vast, unforgiving desert. In the silence of Rajasthan's dunes, those ears act like living radar, giving him an almost supernatural awareness that kept Rajput warriors alive in the chaos of battle. Yet his gifts run far deeper. Born and forged in one of the harshest environments on earth, the Marwari possesses an unbelievable endurance in extreme heat. While other horses would collapse under the blazing sun, the Marwari thrives. His powerful athletic build, combined with remarkable agility and lightning-quick reflexes, allowed him to twist, turn, and charge through sandy terrain where others would falter. He could cover long distances with minimal water, maintain his strength through days of relentless riding, and still find the explosive speed needed to strike like lightning in battle. This is why the Marwari was the perfect warhorse. He wasn't just strong, he was intelligent, sensitive, and deeply loyal. A Marwari doesn't just obey his rider, he feels him. He bonds so completely that he anticipates commands before they're even given. In the heat of combat, this loyalty became his greatest weapon, carrying his warrior through dust storms, enemy lines, and impossible odds without hesitation. There's something almost mystical about standing beside a Marwari. You feel his presence, his quiet power, his ancient soul. These horses don't just survive the desert, they own it. They were built for glory, shaped by centuries of Rajasthan's fierce sun and fiercer warriors. Every muscle, every graceful movement, every curious tilt of those unique ears tells a story of mastery, resilience, and an unbreakable spirit that modern horses rarely match. This is the Marwari, not merely beautiful, but revolutionary in every way, a living bridge between legend and reality. And once you truly understand what he's capable of, you'll never look at any other horse the same again. But every great legend has its darkest chapter. And for the Marwari horse, that darkness came like a storm that nearly erased him from existence forever. For hundreds of years, these magnificent horses stood as living symbols of Rajput pride and royal power. Kings and warriors treasured them more than gold. But when the British Empire tightened its grip on India, everything changed. The colonial rulers had little respect for the old royal traditions. They dismantled the princely states, stripped the Maharajas of their power and wealth, and looked down upon the proud Marwari as nothing more than an outdated relic of a primitive past. The grand stables that once housed hundreds of these noble horses fell silent. The royal patronage that had protected and perfected the breed for centuries suddenly vanished. Without their royal guardians, the Marwaris were left vulnerable. Many were sold off, neglected, or crossbred to produce more useful animals for the British Army and agriculture. The pure bloodlines that had been carefully preserved through generations began to disappear. By the mid-20th century, the situation had become heartbreaking. The number of pure Marwari horses had plummeted to just a few hundred, teetering on the edge of extinction. What was once the pride of Rajasthan's battlefields had been reduced to a shadow of its former glory. A warrior breed that had faced Mughal armies and desert wars was now fighting for its very survival. It was a painful, almost cruel twist of fate. These horses, who had given their lives for their riders on countless battlefields, were now being forgotten by the very land that had given birth to them. The fire that burned so brightly in Chetak's eyes seemed ready to be extinguished forever. This was the villain in the Marwari's story. Not a single enemy on the battlefield, but a slow, systematic erasure of an entire culture and its greatest companion. Yet even in this darkest hour, something unbreakable remained. A quiet determination among a few passionate souls who refused to let the Marwari disappear into history. Because when a horse carries the spirit of warriors like Chetak, even near extinction cannot kill its destiny. The comeback was coming, but it would take courage, love, and relentless fight to bring these royal warriors back from the brink. But from the ashes of near extinction rose one of the most inspiring revivals in the history of any horse breed. The Marwari refused to fade away. A small group of dedicated visionaries, led by passionate Maharajas and horse lovers, refused to let this royal warrior disappear. They quietly began the long, difficult work of saving what remained of the pure bloodlines. Breed societies were formed, careful breeding programs were established, and once again, the royal families of Rajasthan stepped forward as guardians of their ancestral pride. Today, thanks to these heroic conservation efforts, the Marwari horse is experiencing a powerful resurgence. Numbers have grown from just a few hundred to several thousand purebreds. These magnificent horses are once again gracing the deserts of Rajasthan, competing in shows and winning the hearts of a new generation of admirers. The fire that almost died has been rekindled, and the Marwari is walking taller than ever. Yet even in this triumphant comeback, a fascinating mystery continues to spark intense debate among historians, breeders, and scientists. Where did the Marwari truly come from? Some experts believe they carry strong Arabian blood, brought to India through ancient trade routes, and later refined by Rajput kings. But many others argue passionately that the Marwari is far older, a truly indigenous Indian breed that actually predates the Arabian horse itself. They point to unique physical traits, ancient cave paintings, and historical records that suggest the Marwari's roots run deep into India's own soil, long before any Arabian influence arrived. This controversy isn't just academic, it touches the very soul of Indian pride and heritage. Is the Marwari a proud descendant of desert warriors from across the seas, or is he India's original gift to the world of horses? The debate rages on, and every horse lover seems to have a strong opinion. What cannot be debated, however, is this: the Marwari has returned stronger, prouder, and more mysterious than ever, a living testament to resilience, cultural revival, and the unbreakable spirit of Rajasthan. But as he stands tall once again, a new chapter is beginning, one that forces us to ask deeper questions about his future. And now, as the sun sets over the Rajasthan desert, we stand at the crossroads of the Marwari's destiny. Today, these magnificent horses are no longer just echoes of ancient battlefields. They have found new life in the modern world, carrying adventurous souls on thrilling desert safaris, showcasing their grace and power in equestrian competitions, and becoming the crown jewel of Rajasthan's growing tourism heritage. Families, riders, and travelers from around the world now experience the unmatched thrill of riding a true Marwari through golden sands, feeling that same legendary spirit beneath them. But with this renewed popularity comes a profound question that touches the very heart of cultural preservation. Should Marwari horses be exported globally, allowing the world to embrace their beauty and nobility? Or should they be protected exclusively in India, kept as a sacred symbol of Rajasthan's royal heritage, safe from dilution and truly belonging only to the land that gave them life? This is more than a debate about horses. It's about identity, legacy, and the soul of a warrior breed. Some believe sharing their blood will ensure their survival. Others fear that opening the gates too wide could weaken the very essence that makes them extraordinary. What do you think? Should the Marwari remain India's proud treasure, or does the world deserve to experience this living legend? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us your opinion on the future of the Marwari horse. Do you stand for global export or exclusive protection? Which side are you on? If you were moved by this incredible story of courage, loyalty, and resurrection, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world's most extraordinary rare horse breeds. The Marwari's journey is far from over, and your voice matters in what happens next. Thank you for watching. Until the next legend, Jai Rajasthan, Jai Chetak.